How's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. So today I wanted to comment on a YouTube comment that's over a month old at this point, but I've just been putting off making this video because I've been busy with things like packing all of my shit and moving to Texas, which has actually been quite enjoyable. But today I'd like to finally go back to this picture and post that I made and comment on it. So I made this post saying I finally found it. For years I said I'd put up some shitty patio door at my old store at 186 First Avenue because I ran out of money to put my store together properly. I replaced it with something proper 5 months later, but I never had proof of what it looked like before. Bada bing, winter 2012, patio door. Don't wait for perfection to build your dream. Do it now. Everyone on the block may laugh because you might just be literally the only person in all of Manhattan with a patio door to a retail store. You might just be known around the world a few short years later. I got side-eye from other business owners and some of my own customers for how the place looked. None of the people who did that are people I'd trade places with if given the choice to right now. And you can see my garbage ghetto storefront. There were cracks and issues with the window, and I tried to detract people from the cracks in the window by using MacBook Air bezel adhesive and putting that on the window with signed customer autographs of cracked screens. So my figure was, well, if my window is cracked, I might as well just fill my window with cracked shit so it fits in a positive way. So I had my customers sign screens with autographs when I first opened, and I literally had this $47 Home Depot patio door that I got when I only had about 60 bucks left in the business bank account when I was broke. And one of the top rated comments that I had pinned was people have always asked me what they need to get started on YouTube, which camera they should buy or what computer to edit with, etc. I always said start with what you got and never make excuses claiming you don't have the equipment to get started. I use my iPhone to start filming videos, and there's even many free apps that allow you to edit straight off your phone. Anyways, I guess I'm rambling, but the point is take your time to build up where you want to be. It's not just going to happen overnight. I pinned that comment and I hearted it and I agreed with it. I've tried to get a lot of people into doing YouTube over the past several years when they've asked me about it, and 99% of the people that I've tried to get to start a channel don't. They fail. And one of the things that they do is they try to make everything perfect. They get their acoustic panels, their lighting. They're going to wait till they know how to write their scripts properly, until they have their marketing set up, until they have business cards, until they have a logo and all this other crap. And they wind up using those as excuses to not start. One of the reasons back when I used to use the gym that I used to literally just go in jeans and dress shoes, and I would do my deadlifts in jeans and dress shoes, is because I knew that if I use the excuse, I guess I forgot my gym clothes, so I can't go. Nah, if I forgot my gym clothes, I'm going to work out. I'm taking my shoes off and I'm wearing my jeans and I'm doing my deadlifts. So I'm not skipping a day. And the same thing is kind of true when it comes to doing YouTube videos. You know, if you say, I will do this when everything is perfect, you wind up doing what 99% of the people I tried to get into this do, which is use that as an excuse to give up because there's so much to do. And somebody posted saying, yeah, except tell that to all the people who did try and failed. Oh wait, nobody cares about those people or just patronizes them for not trying enough. And then he said, guy, does anyone remember the people that also did this and never got it? Keep in mind, nobody remembers the failures. Nobody takes into account innate talent. It creates a fallacious mind that all it takes is sheer will to succeed. No talent involved, no money involved, no IQ, etc. I mean, tell this to every single person who never came in first place at a race at a professional level. I find it hard to believe the reason why they didn't win is they aren't trying hard enough. My response is, cope excuses people tell themselves to talk others out of trying. Some people will fail, but using failure as an excuse to not to try guarantees a 100% chance of failure. I failed at most of the things I've tried in life and business, and some things in business succeeded. If I never tried or got started with something because of this cope, I would have never found the thing I was good at and pursued it. I have tried to get a real job, failed. Become a lifeguard, failed at passing CPR-AD. Become a data entry clerk for a delivery company, fired. Be a recording engineer, I was horrible at it. Run a supply company, failed, indebted, and closed within years of starting it. Run a wholesale board repair company, failed and closed in 2015. Moved to a bigger store, failed at that, and I'm moving back into a smaller place in Texas in the next few months. Run a small laptop repair shop, succeeded. Start a YouTube channel, succeeded. Tried to get right to repair to be a national issue, semi-succeeded there. We'll see if anything actually comes of it. If you look at other people's failures and use that to justify not trying, then you will stop trying and not get to the point where you succeed at anything. Don't you dare say you weren't justifying telling people not to try because you were responding to Rugness, whose only message was encouraging people to try with whatever cheap shit was available to them. Your mentality robs so many young people of the inspiration and ambition to try at something, and it makes me sick to read. Stop taking away people's hope with this shit. The thing that bothers me with this is anytime somebody says, here's what I think you should do to get started, this is something that may help you be successful, just get started and try X, Y, and Z. Somebody will say, well, not everybody that does that succeeds. Why are you telling them? What they'll do is they'll strawman the person that's giving encouragement by saying, well, not everybody is going to succeed. But the idea there is that we were saying that everybody is going to succeed, that everybody that puts a patio door on their store will have a successful store. But that's not what we were ever saying. What we were saying is that if you open with a patio door, rather than not open a store at all, your store is more likely to be successful with the patio door than it is if you don't open it at all. And I think the reason that people do this straw man bullshit where they'll pretend that we're saying that everybody will be successful when that's not what we're saying at all is because it justifies not trying. When you try something new, especially if you're not really informed in that field, there's a very high likelihood that you are going to fail, that you are going to look like an idiot, and that you are going to have something called imposter syndrome where you don't feel like you belong because you're doing something that you don't know how to do, like me trying to fix a motherboard 10 years ago. Oh my God, do not look at the early videos in this channel. They are so bad. But in all seriousness, people don't like feeling like ignorant fools. They don't like starting from scratch. You may like doing what you do now, but when you first started, the first time you tried to figure something out and you felt like a complete moron, that's a feeling of insecurity to a lot of people. And also, a lot of people don't like their failures being public. So at that point, you could do one of two things. Behind door number one, you could say, screw it. I don't care if I fail publicly. I don't care if people see it. I don't care if I have imposter syndrome. I will work through it and have some sense of humility and give the middle finger to people who laugh at me along the way and smile regardless of whether I'm failing or succeeding, which is a really hard thing to do. Or you could take the easy way out and say, well, not everybody succeeds, and there's a lot of people that are smart that fail too. And, you know, a lot of it has to do with chance. So even if you do everything right and you put in hard work, you may not succeed. So I'm just not going to try at all. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're right. A lot of people don't succeed even when they put in effort. A lot of people who are smart don't succeed, and you may not even be that smart. Here's the thing. There is a 95% chance of failure if you start and you're not perfect. There is a 100% chance of failure if you don't start at all. And the thing that bothers me is that this gentleman's mentality versus the mentality of the original reply is the type of person that is going to encourage people to take the course of action that is more likely to you having a 100% chance of failure because you didn't try, than the course of action where you put in effort using what you have, using the current skill set, using your current resources, get 95% chance of failure. Sure beats the fuck out of 100. And I think the reason that people do this, I truly believe that the reason people do this is because it is easier to tell them that to placate their ego so that they have an excuse for not trying at all. Trying is hard. Trying means you're going to fail. Failing means that people are going to laugh at you, and you may look stupid, the way you may look weird. An oversimplified version of this is when people talk themselves into never having a conversation with a member of the opposite sex. They're just walking over and saying, hey, I'm Lewis. Nice to meet you. I just started taking this class last week. Because they're afraid of, are you saying hello to me, you weirdo? Ew. And it's like, what? I didn't say hello to you. No, I don't care about you. Like, they're just so afraid of being publicly laughed at and humiliated that they'll just sit there and not talk to anybody and never make a friend and never speak to somebody and never go on a date because they're afraid of failure, rather than taking the proper approach, which is I will walk over and politely say hello and introduce myself. And if they say hi back, great. If they laugh at me, then fuck them. That's the thing. It's hard to do that, but somebody has to get you out of this little fucking bubble where you are so afraid of failure that you will talk yourself into this ridiculous like, yes, there is a likelihood that people will fail at what they do. You are correct. Where you are not correct is in you implying that what we have ever said is that everybody trying something will be successful. That's not what we say. What we say is that there's a better chance of you being successful if you try with what you have than if you don't try at all. Now, the thing that bothers me here is anytime, this is something that people will do this, anytime you say, try with what you have, even if you don't have everything perfect, somebody always seems to feel the need to respond with, not everyone will be successful. Just because you succeed doesn't mean everybody will be successful. I'm not saying everybody will be successful. He wasn't saying everybody will be successful. This is the fundamental straw man around this black-pilled victim ideology, which is that, well, obviously some people are not going to succeed, so you're wrong. None of us were ever saying that everybody's going to succeed at everything they're going to do. We're simply saying this. If you try, there is a higher likelihood of you succeeding than if you don't try at all. If you say, well, you know, not everybody who does at something is going to be good, and even people who are smart can fail and blah, 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 you're not going to try. If you don't try, you go from a 90% chance of failure to a 100% chance of failure. And then you fail. This is the thing. There are people in this industry that don't really know a lot about fixing phones or laptops, that never learned how to use a soldering iron to do board repair, that managed to sell their company for millions of dollars, that have likely made more in the first few years of their company than I will over the course of my entire life. My current boss is a billionaire. I'm not saying that I'm going to be like the people that sell companies to Allstate just because I try hard. Nor am I likely ever to approach the net worth of my boss or even 1% of it. However, that doesn't mean that it's pointless to actually try. Because if I don't try, if I don't do anything, then you know what? Then I have a 100% chance of not getting anywhere. I have a 100% chance of having a zero bank account or a negative one, and I have a 100% chance of not doing anything useful or meaningful with my life. In my opinion, it is a cancerous black-pilled mentality that people use to justify their own fear of failure. That people don't like failing. They don't like looking like an idiot. They don't like getting into a field where they don't know everything and trying to make something work or trying to build something from scratch or learning from nothing, because when you don't know anything about something, when you're completely ignorant and you're starting from a blank slate, it feels really awkward. You feel really insecure. You have this imposter syndrome. So I think that people will do anything to talk themselves out of feeling that imposter syndrome. They'll do anything they can to talk themselves out of that weird, awkward phase when they're first learning or trying something and they're not really sure if it's going to succeed, by telling themselves, most people that try fail, even if they're good, so fuck it, why should I bother? The reason you should bother is because having a 95% chance of failure beats having a 100% chance of failure. And I guarantee you, if you try, even if you fail at everything that you've tried to do, you will have a better life than the people who are so black-pilled that they convince others that it's pointless to even try. There's a lot of people out there that succeed that are not smart. I'm not smart. I'm a moron. You should see me try to code. You get an idea of how dumb I am if you watch some of my old live board repair videos in this channel. There's a bunch of them that really suck. I'm not very smart. I've tried a bunch of different things, and after I fail, I try something new, and then I try something new, and then I try something new. This is one of the things I admire about my friend Sonny. I'll include a link to his channel down below. He fails at shit all the time, and he openly admits that he's an idiot, but he constantly is trying new shit over and over and over again, and he never has this mindset of, well, a lot of people try and they fail, so I guess, because that's the thing that they're really saying. The thing that they're really getting at there with all of that is discouraging people to bother trying at all just because not everybody succeeds. And you're right. Not everybody succeeds. You're right. There are smart people, there are people with money, there are people that put in work that fail miserably at what they do. And I am one of those people, as I listed, with all the things that I failed at that I just remembered off the top of my head while I was typing that at 1 in the morning. There's a bunch more shit that I failed at that. And you know what? There's probably a bunch more shit that I'm going to fail at into the future. I'm going to be filling that list up a lot as I get into my 40s, as I try new stuff. I'm trying opening an open to the public repair workshop here in Texas that's open to anybody who wants to come try to fix their own stuff. I'm getting a lot more involved with right to repair lobbying. I'm working for an organization that is looking to take on the tech oligopoly and create alternatives to their products. This is not an easy thing to do. I will probably have a lot of failures in my future. But here's the thing. I'm more than happy to have a list of failures. And I don't care who makes fun of me for all the shit that I fail at. I don't care if people look at my board repair videos from 2013 and laugh and say, Lewis, this is fucking pathetic. You should unlist this. This is garbage. Like shit like this. Like these are just bad videos. These are just bad videos. Like I should delete this shit. It's just all failure. But the thing is, after I fail, I just try again. And then I try again. And then I try again. And if I keep failing, I say, fine, fuck it. Let me try something else with my life. I wish I saw more of this instead of people going, well, not everybody succeeds. Not everybody's going to do good. Not everybody, even if you're smart, you can still fail. Like, okay, you're right. But you know what? Now you're 100% going to fail instead of 95%. Congratulations. I hope you're happy with yourself that not only have you discouraged yourself from potentially doing something that could have changed the world or made people happy or just given you a sense of personal accomplishment and achievement, but you've discouraged other people as well. Good effing job. Good effing job. So that's my rant for the day. Don't strawman people when they say, you don't have to have all this crap to get started. You can just get started right now. Don't strawman people that are just trying to encourage people to start and do anything by implying that what they're saying is that everybody who tries is going to succeed. No, that's not what they're saying. They're simply saying that if you get started right now, you are more likely to succeed than if you don't, because a 95% chance of failure sure as fuck beats a 100% chance of failure. That's it for today. And as always, hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.